This is definitely an easy to follow video tutorial for this Macrame diamond keychain pattern. And welcome back to Bochiknot Macrame. Of course, in this channel you will find everything macrame related, from DIY pattern tutorials just like this one to tips and tricks and best practices and so much more for your macrame journey. If you guys are interested in learning and making macrame with me, then click that subscribe button, and then also give me a follow on Instagram at Bochiknot to stay tuned for our latest macrame designs and also for some quick tips and not tutorials on our Instagram reels. So I've been teaching macrame and filming tutorials for you guys for quite some time now. And looking back on some of my earlier creations, I could say that some of them were not filmed the best. I know how important it is for you guys to have clear and concise and easy to follow video tutorials. And that's why I've chosen a few of my earlier creations and refilmed them for you guys. This diamond keychain pattern was definitely a fan favorite. It is a beginner-friendly pattern incorporating beads and cord to create a diamond design. 90% of this pattern is made with one knot, and that's the double half hitch knot. So if you guys are a beginner in macrame and you're looking to master that knot, which is harder to master at first for beginners, then this pattern may be right for you. And if you're also looking for some other beginner-friendly projects to work on, we have several more on our YouTube channel, but then also we have a macrame starter kit called the Cami Wall Hanging Kit that goes over the 6 basic knots of macrame in a kit that includes everything you need to get started with macrame. And so if you guys are interested in that, make sure you check out the link in the video description below. And so if you guys are interested in that, make sure you check out the link in the video description below. And with that, let's get started. Before we begin, you will need some materials and supplies. I've used 3mm cord for this pattern along with a keyring and 6 large hole beads. The cord that I will be using for this keychain pattern is a 3mm single strand cotton cord in our silver fox color. What's great about this cord is that it is super sturdy. As you can see on the end here, it doesn't unravel too easily, which is very important when you're learning macrame and you have to unknot all the time. Cords may unravel very easily, but this one tends to hold its shape fairly well. You will also need some large hole beads for this pattern. The beads that I'm using have a hole of 5mm. Because we are weaving 2 strands through, you will need a hole of at least 5mm. Last but not least, you will need a keyring. I've added a smaller little ring underneath here, and that's where I will be making the macrame diamond pattern. If you prefer to use a swivel keyring like I have here, you can do that instead. You're able to purchase these or the swivel keyrings at your local craft store or on Amazon. So to get started, I'm going to just tape the top of the keyring down and then leave the smaller ring below a little bit loose so that we can thread through some cords. We're going to start off with our 90cm long cord folded in half. Take the loop end and we're going to weave it top down through the smaller hole to make a lark set knot. So once you have the loop end through the back, we're going to take the cord ends through the loop end and then pull to tighten. Then we're going to group these 2 cord ends together and take a small piece of tape and we're going to wrap it around these 2 cord ends. This will make it easier to thread through our first bead, which is what we're going to do now. Once through, take off the tape, and now we're going to take our other 4 strands of cord and attach it onto these cord ends here. We're going to separate out these 2 cords. Taking a strand of 100cm long cord folded in half, we're going to make a reverse lark's head plus half hitch onto that left cord end. Start off with a reverse Lark's head knot first, then take the right cord end. We're going to make a half hitch knot onto the right side, then tighten it. Then taking the left cord end, we're going to do the same thing on the left side, make a half hitch knot, pull it through, and then tighten. Then shift the knot up to the top. We're going to repeat the exact same knot with another 100 centimeter long cord onto the right cord end. Now repeat this knot once more on each side. Starting with the middle two cords, we're going to take the middle right cord as the anchor cord, middle left cord as the working cord for a diagonal double half hitch knot to the left. Then continue with 3 more diagonal double half hitch knots to the left after that. Take the middle right cord as the anchor cord now and make 3 diagonal double half hitch knots to the right. Directly underneath, we're going to repeat for 1 more row. So starting with the middle 2 cords again, we're going to make 3 double half hitch knots to the left. Then, using the middle right cord as the anchor cord, make 2 diagonal double half hitch knots to the right. Now we're going to separate out those far left and far right cords, and we're going to thread a bead through each of those strands. So you can use tape here on the ends here if your ends are fraying so that it makes it easier to thread the bead through, or you can just try to thread it through as is. So once the bead is threaded through, we're going to take that same cord end as a working cord for a double half hitch knot onto the cord directly underneath. Once that double half hitch knot is made, you can slide it up to meet the last row to tighten it up. Now we're going to repeat the exact same thing on the left side, thread a bead through, then use that cord as a working cord for a double half hitch knot onto the cord underneath. For this next part, we're going to take the middle 2 cords, tape the ends, and then thread through another bead. Because this is the center of the diamond keychain pattern, we're just going to thread a bead through the middle 2 cords. Take the tape off once the bead is threaded through. And now we're going to close off the diamond patterns in the middle. So with that left anchor cord, we're going to continue with another row of diagonal double half hitch knots, but this time we're going to make 2 to the right. Then on the right side, we're going to make 3 diagonal double half hitch knots to the left. So 2 with the next 2 cords, and then for the last one, which is the anchor cord on the left side, we're going to use that as the anchor cord now to finish off the last double half hitch knot. Once the inner diamond is completed, we're now going to close off the outer diamond. So we're going to take that anchor cord from the next row on the right side and make a row of diagonal double half hitch knots diagonally to the left. We're going to make a total of 4 diagonal double half hitch knots here. Then on the left side, we're going to repeat the same thing with 4 diagonal double half hitch knots to the right. And then once we have met at the bottom, we're going to take the middle 2 cords and finish off with 1 more double half hitch knot to the left. It is important here that after you have finished each row of double half hitch knots, we shift the anchor cord and pull it out so that the knots are shifted up and tightened so that they are nice and close to the center of the pattern. Now to mimic the top row, we're just going to take that far right cord and thread through another bead on the right side here. Then we're going to use this cord as an anchor cord for a row of diagonal double half hitch knots to the left. And we're going to make a total of 4 double half hitch knots. Now taking your last bead, we're going to thread it through the far left cord and repeat a similar pattern by taking that cord as the anchor cord and then making 4 diagonal double half hitch knots to the right. And then remembering that after the row is complete, make sure you pull on the anchor cord to tighten the row of knots. Lastly, with the middle 2 cords, make one last double half hitch knot to the left. The knotted pattern is now complete. All that there is left to do is to trim the fringe to your desired length and shape. Because we ended it with a V-shaped pattern, I'm just going to mimic that with a V shape as well. And that concludes the Macrame Diamond Keychain pattern. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and also mastered the double half hitch knot by making these diamond designs. When I first came up with this diamond keychain design, I had wanted to challenge myself to come up with something unique and different. I've seen a lot of macrame keychains out there, but I wanted to create something that was a little bit more intricate, incorporating some beads and longer fringe. Creating your own macrame designs seems a little daunting at first, but once you get enough practice in and you actually follow the right steps to prepare and plan out your macrame designs, it will make it that much easier. If you guys are interested in learning more about creating your own macrame designs, we do release macrame lessons on that in our Bochiknot macrame community on Patreon. If you guys are interested in learning more about that, check out the link in the video description below. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.